Hey, it's Big Soprano, and I can't even look at myself in the mirror. Everything that happened to me was my fault. I am guilty for the hole I put myself in. I have no job, no car, no girlfriend, and this all started in 2023. Ever since an incident where the cops were called last year, I was never the same, and it was all my fault, too. My life is nothing but anger now, and I'm too deep in the hole to get a job. I've been in this state for a year now, and when I tried a job, I had no success. So I've been this way ever since the incident, and the only way I could atone now is to treat my family right. And that's the only bit of good I do in my life now for the past almost a year. I've wronged my dad, my mom, my brother, and my friends. One of the reasons I'm suicidal, other than impulses, is my guilt, and I will carry this guilt to my grave. I feel like everything that happens to me is my fault now. My dad getting evicted, my mom kicking me out, my aunt threatening to kick me out. I normally react to threats out of anger, but now I respond with understanding, even if it was a violent threat. I have never once lashed out at the family I currently live with, and I prefer to keep it that way, out of a way for atoning for my past mistakes. I am guilty for the state I currently am in. I look at myself in the mirror and refuse to acknowledge my mental state. I try to bury it down, but one good look at me and you could tell a lot out about me. I honestly look away out of fear and refusing to accept, but one good look in the mirror and I could see through myself. To myself in the mirror, I look deeply troubled and mentally ill. My eye bags, the look in my eyes, my facial hair, I just look fucked, honestly. And it sort of sends me into a spiral every time I look at myself in the mirror. Like I look as mentally ill as I feel deep down. And I try to cope with it. I try to hide those feelings. But you can see right through me when you look at me in the eyes. It's just my face that says it all, honestly. And I'm not saying I'm ugly or anything. I'm saying the look in my eye, the eye bags, the facial hair. It just. I do not look good. And it's been that way for over a year now. In the webcam, I feel more proud of the look of my looks. Like I feel more handsome than I feel in the mirror, and I look more handsome than in the mirror. I just overall look better through a webcam than the mirror. But all of that goes away when I take one good look at myself in the mirror. I look more depressed than I actually feel in the moment, but that's because I'm hiding my depression from myself out of cope. Deep down, I feel as I look mentally ill and so out of it. Out of all of these things, I look out of it. Extremely out of it. Like I'm not even in the moment right now. Like my consciousness is about to fade away. That's how out of it I look. It makes me wonder if people look at myself the same way I see myself in the mirror. And honestly, if they do, I don't know if they do, but the thought scares me. If they do, then no wonder I get treated the way I do. I look pretty fucking bad. In a bad way. I cope with smoking, energy drinks, YouTube videos, and jacking off. And I'm trying my hardest to quit jacking off. And even on days where I don't do the deed, what actually happens is I catch myself before I climax. So I still beat it during the day, technically. So I might be as wrong as I am to actually do the deed, because on impulse, I could have very well have done the deed. I do it out of boredom and impulse. And every time I fully fail, I feel nothing but deep, deep guilt. Just horrible guilt. I wish I was a different person. That's how guilty I feel. And just know that is a sign of mental illness and addiction for those who don't know. And also, I spiral thinking about how much someone could know by just looking at me. Because I am as out of it, mentally ill, and degenerative as I look. It's not the way I dress, I mean my face. Because to me, my face tells a lot about me. My mental state, my mood. Hell, I don't even see a mood when I look at myself in the mirror. I just see that I'm out of it. And it's been incident after incident for the past year. Now things are better ever since I moved to my aunt's. But it was just incident after incident after incident. Trauma after trauma after trauma. And it was a really bad time for me to be alive. 2023 was my worst year of ever existing. Honestly. And I wonder if people could tell my mental illnesses just by looking at me. Because I gained OCD through some stupid phase I had where I was really obsessed. And now I'm stuck with it. Probably for the rest of my life. Because I talked to my therapist and my psychiatrist about it. And none of the meds help at all. They're increasing the dosage of one of the new meds I'm taking. It's not new. I've been taking it for like half a year now. Over half a year. Might as well be a year. It's closer to a year than I have. But yeah, my meds just honestly don't work. I should have told that to my psychiatrist when I saw him yesterday. But I didn't. I should have wrote a whole list of what I wanted to say because there's a lot I could have said that I left. I'm trying my best to better my mental state, but I just look the worst I've ever looked. And I've looked the worst I've ever been for over a year now.